Steve Jobs read one book every single year, the same book over and over again until the day he died. And on his memorial, he gave out 500 copies of that book to his friends and family. It was the Autobiography of a Yogi, one of the most powerful men in human history. And he didn't chase the next book. He returned to that one that transformed him, that touched him. Hey, Joel here, and this is the growth track. Here we build discipline, faith, and real transformation. Let's go. So most people read a great book once. They feel inspired, highlight a few lines, and they move on to the next book, the next idea. That next shiny thing. I used to be one of those folks. But here's what nobody tells you. You're reading it wrong. The books that touched you, the books that changed your life, they should not be read once, not twice, even 5 times. They should be read over and over again, especially when you're going through a tough transition, a stressful season of life, a chapter that's new. Go back to them, read them again. I have read The War of Art and The Way of the Superior Man over 20 times each, yeah. And every single time they hit different. There's an ancient Greek philosopher named Heraclitus, and he said something that took me years to understand. He said, you never step into the same river twice. Let me expand on that, because I didn't get it the first time either. So the river of life is a constant flow, right? And the water looks the same, but it's never the same water. You step in at 30, step out, and step back in at 40. It's a different river, different body of water that flows through. It may look the same, but the water that flows is constantly changing. It's a different body that's flowing through. Because in time, you're a different human, different man, different scars, different victories, and different stresses. So when you reread a great book, you're not stepping into the same words. You're stepping into the wisdom as a different version of yourself. The book doesn't change, the river does, and you flow with it. Now, here's the science, bro. There's a thing called the forgetting curve. Researcher named Ebbinghaus, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, and he proved it back in 1885 that we forget half of what we learn within a day, and up to 70% within a week, unless we go back when we reread something beautiful happens in our brain. It's called memory reconsolidation. Your brain doesn't just replay the idea, it rebuilds it stronger, deeper, and more permanent. And each time you return to the wisdom, your neurons fire together. New pathways form. The idea moves from fragile short-term memory to deeper architecture of who you are. That's neuroplasticity in action, y'all. You're literally rewiring your brain to hold the wisdom, not just consume a book and poop it out. You metabolize it. It becomes part of you. It becomes part of a fiber of who you are. But here's the real magic. A great idea has to travel 18 inches from your head to your heart. And it lives in your head. When it lives in your head, it's just intellectual. You know it, but you don't really live it. But when it drops into your heart, that's when behavior changes. That's when you evolve. We evolve. And that 18-inch journey, it doesn't happen in one read. It happens through repetition, through bathing in the wisdom, over and over until the idea isn't something you know, it's something you are. Think about a white cloth being dyed. You dip into it once, it picks up a little color. You dip it in again, the color deepens. You dip it 100 times, and you know the color isn't, on the cloth. The color is the cloth. And that's what rereading great books does to our soul. Each time you return to the wisdom, it soaks deeper, until one day the wisdom isn't something you read. It's the fabric of who you become. Here's something that flipped my whole understanding. Today, when we say somebody is well read, we mean they read a lot of books. But the ancients believed differently. They thought a truly wise person was the one who read few books deeply until those books were part of their bones. Philosopher Thomas Hobbes said it best: "If I read as many books as most men do, I would be as dull-witted as they are." So let that land. It's not about how many books you read. It's about how deeply you read few great ones that change you. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, ran the most powerful empire on earth during his era. And every night he would return to the same Stoic wisdom, reading and rereading his mentor's work, then writing it down, and his personal reflection and integrating everything, reminding himself of universal truth. And his whole book, Meditation, it was him reading his own wisdom, just to stay centered under the weight of the world on him. If the most powerful men in Roman time needed to reread, what makes you think to read once and you're good? Now here's the final key, and this is what I'm doing right now. There's a brain coach named Jim Quick, and he said when you teach, you get to learn it twice. And the neuroscience backs him. When you teach an idea, you're not just remembering it, you're reconstructing it, reorganizing it, and owning it. That's why I started this channel. I'm not here because I have mastered everything. I'm teaching this wisdom as I learn, because teaching burns into me twice as deep. So when you read, you learn. When you reread, you remember. And when you teach, you become. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Stop chasing the next book. Find the one that already touched you, the one that cracked, spine, highlighted pages and coffee stain. Read it again. And when life hits you hard, read it again. And when you hit a new season, read it again. We human beings forget at an astonishing rate. And the only way to keep the wisdom is to bathe in it, teach it, and live it. Not for 1 year of inspiration, but for the rest of our lives. And that's how you build a life you're actually proud of, bro. One read at a time. So don't subscribe, don't smash nothing. Just comment below, and brothers and sisters, keep climbing.